I've spent the whole morning trying to answer the question of like, why is someone who runs a 30K per month business not able to like wildly scale way faster than someone who's at say 10 or 50 grand a month or something to the effect of that? And after having worked with like 600 marketing agencies over the past coming up to 5.5 years or something like that, I've just noticed patterns, right? And I've noticed a lot of patterns over the past couple of years of people who succeed really quickly and ones who stay stuck at that 20, 25, 30, 35 grand a month level for a really long fucking time, right? And it's not like it's a magic formula, but it definitely is a lack of vision based optionality, meaning that you can only see one path that leads to an area you don't want to go to, which is more responsibility, more, pain back on you, and all the, you know, pain associated to scaling in some way, shape, and form is the only option you can see. So vision based optionality. And the issue is you can't see other options because right now you might be struggling thinking that if I scale and I take more clients on, that means that I'm responsible for more ad accounts, more client conversations, communicating with them, reporting, struggling with the the chaos that might ensue. And I have seen so many clients get stuck in and around this level that the patterns is just so obvious and the solutions are so clear that my goal today is just to give you an insight to what the other options are for you that don't lead to you feeling like this existential crisis or existential thought process needs to be true in order for you to be able to continue the growth of the company that you currently have. Because the marketing agency model is, it's actually a great model, right? Like it's probably one of my favorite business models in the world. But if you don't have the right infrastructure, then you end up in a position where it can become a huge prison for you, right? Now, when I was selling really early on, right, we would do, account setups for people. We would do social media marketing for people and advertising for people as well. And I just never had this scaling issue because when I got into it, the first thing I cared about, probably just like you, was like, how good could the results be that I get from my clients? And just like constantly focused on that, right? Like that was the priority that I cared about the most. I wanted to get really good at getting results from my clients. And instead of hiring the setter first, like a lot of people do, or the closer first to be able to scale things up, like a lot of people do, the first hire that I made when I was at about 20, the average of 20 to $25,000 a month was actually a client success manager, right? Prior to that, I'd had a virtual assistant who helped out with media buying and just like onboarding clients and, payments, communication with, the finance and administration sort of stuff to help set up client folders and accounts and documents and all the goodies to actually get a client onboarded that was like administrative based as opposed to it being, me directly speaking to the client. And I had to think about it and was like, look, I want to scale, but I don't want to scale where I don't have the ability to also keep results sustainable and put myself in a position where results could actually get better as we scale. Because the biggest fear that I had, probably just like you, was I get a whole lot of clients in, they churn, they burn, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And bad reputation for me, bad name for me, and just fucking sucks, right? Like it's a horrible scenario to be in, and I don't want to be in that at all. So I seeked out mentorship on how to make sure that my client success was dialed the fuck in and our onboarding was tight. Our time to value in the first 7 to 21 days was tight. Our result timeline for someone to be able to get the end result that they wanted when they work with us was really tight as well. My tracking for the clients was good. My reporting for the clients was good. And my client success rhythm, meaning like the behaviors that I had, which were not too dissimilar to like sales behaviors, right? Like in setting in sales, you have a pipeline you manage, you have a pipeline, CRM, and a day-to-day cadence of how you actually, manage sales, right? Where it's like, maybe you're filling the pipeline in the morning by sending DMs, and at night you're closing deals and fulfilling on the fucking work that you just sold, if that makes sense, right? And the the systems we installed inside client success were really fucking similar, right? And like, I think it was at that point in time that I created my mantra of like, the more things change, the more they stay the same, right? So like, client success is not too dissimilar to the sales process. It's just like a little bit more farming than it is hunting. Hunting's out there getting out and gathering people to fucking, buy your services, and farming is like nurturing and making sure that it goes well as well. And the thing that I was like fully dedicated to was like getting onboarding good, making sure that we had a good client success rhythm within the company, which was like, meeting with my clients once every 14 days to be able to make sure that they're actually getting the results they need. And I have the ability to review their calls, the ability to get lead feedback. I'm chatting with them day by day for us, it was Facebook Messenger. It still is actually. To put this hate Slack, personal preference. Some of the people love it. I fucking hate it. I have people screaming at me all day long to check a Slack, and I just never fucking do, right? But Facebook Messenger, I mean, they're all day long. So like, that's where I still voice their back and forth with my clients. That's where our team still communicates with the both agency and consulting clients as well. And the scenario was that like, we just wanted to have a really strong internal structure for that. And then the second that I dialed that in, right, like client result got better, my capacity actually increased because I wasn't doing it reactively. I was actually like in control of client success, in control of results, in control of the communication cadence, in control of the client relationship. And like, I was able to go from like 10 clients to 20 without any other fucking thing, or without it burning me to the fucking grid, right? The VA that I had at the time, that we still have on board now, 5 years in, was like, just doing the setup still. We've had many clients that we've helped install VAs for that can do media buying and do the account management stuff of like the actual Meta account, plus setting up onboarding forms and, setting up the client folders and adding people into fucking whatever project management software you guys use. We currently use Airtable. I never fucking open it. I just go to the client success meetings. My client success team use Airtable like it's fucking God's gift for me. It's my kryptonite. My behavioral mechanism can't fucking handle it, but my team love it, right? So that's the goodness within that. I use the Google Sheet, and I actually, for anyone who's started to use it, I Google Sheet just to get started on, because it's really easy. You can still manage your clients really well. It's really well set out. And then once I had all that dialed in, 20 to 25 grand a month, I just invested. I think that point in time, it was like $4K a month into a client success manager. Now, that guy, I rode that team member, meaning that like that team member and I rode that all the way up to like 60 or 70 grand a month. And we probably could have gone further, but I wasn't as fucking aggressive back then as I am today. And I probably could have I stumbled and fucked up a whole lot with different setters and all the different things there too. Thereafter that I had to learn some sales management and leadership issues that I was dealing with. But I also got the team member that I had was someone who had built out fucking sales teams for Cold Gordon and a bunch of other people that we had worked with. Well, it's not worked with, but like had done dope shit for a bunch of dope people. Let's just say that, right? So he understood that, understood paid, understood everything to do with the results we're trying to get for everyone involved. So it was like a great fit. And we met twice a week, every week. He would take most of the client calls, and I had 20 hours a week back. They would look over the results with the clients between him and the virtual assistant. they would make the campaign adjustments or the um, content adjustments, sales call review adjustments, whatever the fuck was required to be able to get that client to win, right? And I would meet with them twice a week to go through that. And then I would meet with the client at least once a month to go strategic through everything. But we would still have the triangulation inside our group chat where I would still be chatting with the client every day in group chat. And they would just have a key account manager that looked after the account for any big things that need to happen. But I would still meet with them. I would still be with them in Messenger. And then the client success manager that I had would take over. And for anything that I couldn't get to immediately, I would do have them look after. And then I would meet with them and sync with them 2, 3, even 5 times a week sometimes to be able to get across the biggest, needle movers for each account that we could actually get the results for, right? But that brought me back a fuckload of capacity. So because I bought that fuckload of capacity back, I could get back into selling and feel wildly fucking confident, right? And I think a lot of people just don't see the optionality of doing that because they think that someone at that level wouldn't be able to, join a company like yours right now. And I've had so many clients that we have helped install the CSM for over the past couple of years that are paying anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 per month as a base, with the ability to have compensation rewards, like bonuses that can get them up to 8 to 10 grand or whatever else that it is. So they can actually have a great fucking life. And they will drive performance for you. They will get upgrades for you. They'll retain clients. They will give you some world-class results that you couldn't get because your focus wasn't able to be there at the same level that theirs is because it's purely on just the client result. And it's like, they don't get palmed off to someone shitty. It's someone great. I have people who have hired client success managers that have owned their own agencies that were doing 7 figures that just didn't want to deal with it anymore. They didn't want to be the business owner anymore. They just wanted to run, work with clients, live a great life, get rid of the bullshit, accounting and all the stuff that they fucking hated, and just deal with the art of advertising, right? And art of advertising and human communication, right? Which is fucking dope. And I've seen it happen time and time and time and time and time again. And when we install that one team member, things move fast again. You have the emotional capacity to go fast again. And I think that so many people just don't realize how early on you can do that. You can do it at like 20 or 30 grand a month, and you can get someone in for like 4 to 6 grand a month who will buy you back like 20 hours a week, and they will actually make things better in the process, in your delivery, in the client relationships. And it's not even if you bring the right person in, it's if you frame it correctly and you do get someone that's highly skilled, that's a world-class savage, and all the goodies that come along with that. And yes, you can get them for that monthly investment into, like their compensation, let's call it that, right? You definitely can. I have time and time and time and time and time again proven that. But the second you bring that person in, like, people love talking to my team more than me, which is like, I used to be hurt by that. Now I'm just like, I did the right thing. I brought the right team in, right? The people in my team have all either earned a 7-figure, multi-7-figure, multi-6-figure agency or consulting business themselves. So they are not idiots. They're not little dumb CSMs who have no fucking clue what's going on. A couple of them still have their own multi-6 or 7-figure company right now, and they're crushing, right? So they're just showing you what fucking works or building what works in their company and our company in yours for you in the launch calls that we have one-to-one. And you still get to speak to me every single day if you want to in the chat, and you can take my calendar to book in whenever the fuck you want as well. But like literally, you get my calendar, book whenever the fuck you want. I have like 9 client calls this week, and I love every single one of them. Because we actually do stuff on there. You don't just get to speak to me. Like this week, I launched campaigns. I wrote copy. I built a new offer out. I reviewed sales calls. Like I love doing all this shit. I helped launch a new team member, a new setup, and a new CSM for a client this week as well. Like, I love doing it, right? It's fucking dope. But I also have the infrastructure of the other team members to be able to support in that, to be able to help you do the same too, right? So when you buy that capacity back, though, you now have the ability to go back into sales and crush it. You can spend money on ads, and you can do it confidently. But usually at this stage, you still have like, but you still have money to collect from your organic pipeline at this stage, right? You can get back in there and start selling for 3, 4, 5 hours a day again, and bring on like 10 new clients, which immediately fucking pays for your CSM. and immediately buys you the ability to get to like 34, actually you're at 30 already, like 50 grand, 60 grand, um, even more and quicker than that, right? In a really strong and sustainable way that makes you feel fucking good about the results you're getting with your clients and everything else too, right? Because the system is working, right? And like that's the beauty of all of it, in my opinion. And it's that people usually can't see the option to do that. They don't know that it's actually so fucking cheap. They don't know that we can actually help bring one in for you, right? I have a really cool, like there are people who want account manager jobs in my inbox every single day. And I try to fulfill on that shit every single day to get someone account manager jobs just through our existing like client pipeline right now for people who are at full roles like that, right? So that's where we have the ability to like install someone relatively quickly, or if not, you might have someone in your existing world, even in your existing client list or something like that, that might be able to help there too. But the second we do that, right, like you've now got the capacity back with the back in sales, and I think that the biggest thing that stops someone from scaling there after that is the speed at which they can get a return on advertising spend. Fundamentally, for me, the quicker you can get the return on advertising spend, it's getting a quick return on advertising spend that typically fucks people there after that, right? And that's usually just like lack of good sales behaviors because your whole day needs to shift into get deals, get deals, get deals. And before you hire a setter, like run your DM ads or run your lead form ads and like get in there and just fucking set all day long yourself. And you have to shift your beliefs. Like just because they're cold doesn't mean they won't buy today, by the way, right? Like the second you get a lead in, fucking call them, voice note them, do whatever you need to do to be able to do that. But like in order to be able to get back right now, I have a return on advertising spend, like ROAS, and I have a cash conversion cycle of like 5 to 7 days of a 3 to 5x ROAS. So if I put $1 in, I get $5 back within the space of like 5 days, which is dope as fuck, right? But we're also dialed as fuck too. Like we don't even use that much automation, and if we did, it wouldn't actually help that much because it's the beliefs and behaviors that we have to make the difference. So like, if it's me or someone else on the team, if we're selling, it's like the second that someone comes on a call, I'm just looking to find out like how much they know about us. Do they know about what we do? Do they know about the results we get, and where are they at right now? What type of fucking result do they want? When do they want that result? And what are they willing to do to get there to be able to make that happen? And why would they not want to get started with us right now? If I can find out those things and I can hitch them on the solution to all those different things, I can typically get a result really fucking fast. But I'm also spending 3 to 5 hours a day hitching people, right? Like, and that's not necessarily just me on a fucking call pitching someone. That might be me and like, I'm allocating 3 to 5 hours a day to being able to do this. I have a video on here on YouTube called the Daily Behaviors of a Seven-Figure Business Owner. I think it's called. Go and check that out. And it's me just walking through the day-to-day structure you would need to be able to actually crush 7 figures, right? Now, most people just don't put enough fucking time, and like they're lying to themselves and gaslighting themselves, and they are just not spending any fucking time trying to get deals closed. They're gaslighting themselves and telling themselves that they are, but they're really just fucking sitting there waiting for someone who said that they was going to follow up with them to follow back up with them, sending fucking proposals, fucking doing whatever else it is. Whereas myself and my team are looking through every single lead that we have in our inbox, or looking through every single person that has liked a post of ours or has watched a story. And we're reaching out to all of them asking, yo, are you just here looking at the content, or are you looking for a way to scale, looking for a way to scale your business? And if they say looking for a way to scale the business or the content, we're going to go straight into, hey, what's the problem? Why aren't you where you want to be? And would you like some help fucking solving that issue, right? And like as a team, we're trying to find 5 to 7 people per day that we are asking, would you like help solving that issue? And we're spending, like right now I have a team doing that with me. But when it was just me, I was like in there 5, 6, 7 hours a day now that I had the capacity to do this. And like, if I wasn't on a call, I was getting a call. Now, tactically what that means is I was in my inbox trying to find people to fucking make an offer to. I was following up with people ridiculously hard. And when I say ridiculously hard, I mean like I might follow up with the same person 3 times in one day to be able to get a response. And the closer they were to actually booking in for a call, the higher the volume of my follow-ups would be. If I asked someone, or if my next question is to ask someone to book in a call, and that was 10 minutes ago, I'm following up fucking 10 minutes after it. Cause like, we're pretty much there. I might even just fucking pick the phone up and call them right there and then say, hey bro, I just want to take it off here. We're pretty much I was about to ask you to fucking book a call anyway, right? Just to like speed the process up for that, because some people are just fucking like they're just nowhere near aggressive enough. Um, and the scenario that I'm looking for is like someone to sit in the inbox and hunt for fucking deals. Like, you have to be a deal hunter, right? And you have to be looking at it like, where is the money coming from today? And you have to be reaching out to so many fucking people. And this is independent of whether you have paid advertising running or not, right? Even when ads aren't working for us, we can still sign 4 to 6 new clients up a week because our pipeline is whittled with people that we've either spoken to now in the past few months. We'll reach back out to people that didn't close just recently to be able to get them back onto a call and ask them, where are you guys at? But we're always looking for, do we have calls on the calendar for today? No. Let's get in the fucking DMs and do everything we fucking can to be able to get people on the calendar today. Do we have calls on the calendar for tomorrow? No. Get in the fucking... And for me, it's like, dude, I'm fucking into DMs all day long, and so is the team, to be able to try and get deals. Like, this is... actually, I still do it right now too, but... because every time I stop doing that, the team starts to slow down. And that's not a team issue, that's a leadership issue, right? And I can just break all the beliefs in the fucking world if I'm still closing deals and they are saying, oh, it's leads. No, fuck off, you're just not doing your job properly. So the issue for a lot of people is they're just not active enough in their DM. Once you have a CSM in, like, you want to talk KPIs, it's like, man, I want to be getting 2 sales calls a day, and I can do that myself relatively fucking easy. I need to ask 3 to 4 people to come to a sales call per day. In order to do that, I need to have like 8 meaningful conversations. A meaningful conversation to me is that someone has told me their goal, right? Goal and problem means I should be able to get 50% of the people that have a goal or problem that they're given to me onto a fucking call. Once to get 10 people to respond, I need to reach out to like 30 people or thereabouts. But I'm telling you, most of that fucking time is spent aggressively, like 5 or 6 hours a day, aggressively following up with people and pushing them through that process, right? It's my responsibility to get a response. This is the value we hold on the team. It's not the lead's responsibility to get back to me. It's my responsibility to get a response, which means that I must follow up to get a response today, now, within the next hour, within the next 30 fucking minutes, within the next 10 seconds to get the response that I'm looking for. Not you ask any great DM setter or person who's ever dialed anyone, right? Your job for 80% of the day is just fucking following up with people. To reach out to 30 people takes like 30 minutes. To ask people to come to a call takes no fucking time. It's going back and forth, talking to people all day long and actually following up with them to get them to that stage, and then being on the calls that takes the fucking time. And no one thinks about it that way. It takes like 5 hours a day. It's fucking insane. But independent of it being insane, it's what's fucking required. And when you bring a setting team in, you will tell them it's what's fucking required. But in order for them to believe in it and believe in you, they must know that you are doing it, have done it, have the understanding for what they are going to be experiencing as problems. You must have solutions to that because you've fucking done it yourself, right? I still get in there on my team and I still leave fucking laydowns in every single day. But because we have the CSM in there, I can do this. You can do this. And you can actually bring new clients on and you can scale relatively fast. But I try to make sure that the sales behaviors, the sales organization behaviors, I have other videos on here about the sales organization behaviors as well, are really well dialed in before we run paid ads, because paid ads will not fucking work for you unless you have that shit dialed the fuck in. You just won't be able to get the ROAS. And the reason I can get such high ROAS so fast is because I shifted my beliefs. No one, even cold, cannot pay me money like in the next couple of days. No one. No one is unable to pay me money. It's my ability to be able to be a strong enough leader to be able to ask for that and give them the conviction that they can actually get the result and overcome whatever, situation that might be preventing them from being able to do so with content like this, with great questions we ask pre-call to be able to send them content like this. All the goodies come also. It's like run the ads, get your sales behaviors and sales organization behaviors dialed in. Make sure your middle of funnel content is really good to be able to educate people prior to a call so that they get to the call. Even if they just fucking saw you this week, they're in a position where they trust you, they would be willing to buy, and they're open and able to do so because you've run a good process prior to that, and the DMs are on the triage call, whatever the fuck it is. And you have a team that can take over the day-to-day so you can scale the fuck out of this thing that team will get you to 100, even 150 grand a month without a sales rep even just yet. And I wanted to share how fucking close some of you might actually be to actually achieving within this. If you're at 30 grand a month right now, within the next 3 months, you could already be at 50, 60, or 70 because it'll take a month for you to be able to install a CSM properly. By month 2, they're already doing everything that's needed to be able to get the results and like predictably, well, you can bring a couple of clients in that month as well. And month 3, you're scaling. You're actually bringing on 2, 3, 4 clients a week. And you can actually start bringing in a sales team thereafter to scale these way past that as well. And I think the issue is most people just can't see that's possible and they don't realize that's an option for them to be able to do. And as a consequence of that, they just don't fucking do it. They don't move fast enough. And my job is to help you be able to see that it is possible and that, you know, whether you work with me or not, that it is possible to do so. Get the CSME, build the sales behaviors, build the fucking acquisition system based on top of the sales behaviors and not in replacement of it, because that's dumb as fuck. And be in there hunting deals every fucking day, every minute of every fuck. Get your fucking money, bro. Get your money up, as it will help you hire more team to be able to get even better results while your existing team are currently in there doing great things and you're leading them to be able to actually get the life outcomes that they want. So you can help your client get the life outcome that they want. And that's the stuff that if you choose to work with me, that I would help you do, because we don't just care about getting sales. We care about making sure that you have the ability to scale with sustainability and predictability too. And if you're stuck at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a month, you want to get to 7 figures and you would like my help being able to make sure that your CSM structure, client success structure is really well dialed, your sales behaviors and sales operations are really well dialed, your advertising is working, you have the capacity to be able to bring more clients on, and you're my one-to-one help, my team's one-to-one help to be able to do that. Somewhere around here, there'll be a link to book in a call. It's all one-to-one. We have the playbooks, we have the structure, we have everything you need to be able to make it work for your team, or work directly with your team. You get a one-to-one, you get my one-to-one calendar link to be able to speak to whatever the fuck you want. We have workshops for your team to be able to attend every single week. We have workshops for you to be able to attend every single week on what's working across operations, sales, delivery. There is myself, there is a delivery coach, there is a fulfillment coach, there is a advertising coach, there is a client success delivery operations coach, there is a setting coach, a sales coach, and then you got me for the CEO stuff at the same time as well. You can book in with any of us, whatever the fuck you want. In the first 7 days, if this is the problem you're currently experiencing, we'll just make sure that your offer is good, and we'll get applications for you for your first CSM within the first 10 and the first 7, just to make sure your actual playbook is really well dialed in for that person as well. So out of the day-to-day and into a world where scaling sustainably and predictably is actually something you have the ability to genuinely have as a part of your world. And yeah, so book in for a call for that. I don't do fucking any like crazy Black Friday deals. If anything, I'll just charge you double. Because why the fuck wouldn't I? The system works, our advertising system works, and the systems internally for your client success team, increasing LTV, increasing retention, and then bringing in your sales team based on top of a great sales organization structure is the thing that then comes in after that. But all the systems, all the playbooks, we do it all one-to-one to map it out specifically for you and actually build it with you. Launch the advertising, launch the actual team, launch the and like help, sorry, not launch the last part, but the train your team and help them, and then make sure that you actually have the support that you need as the CEO of the company to be able to scale things up at the same time too. So if some true one-to-one support from someone who is currently working with people who are doing 300 grand a month, that we help get there from 15 grand a month. I'm talking about 5 people currently doing that right now. Maybe 10 or 15 who are at 100 or thereabouts right now. And God knows how many are at 50 at the same time too. But they all get access to me. You can book in whatever the fuck you want with me. We speak with you pretty much every single day. And our goal is to make sure that you can see the options that you have that you may not be able to see that are right in front of you to be able to speed up the ability to take more clients on, hit your own personal goals in your own personal life. That might be new car, new house, more team, whatever the fuck it is that you haven't been able to do because you've been stuck in the fucking day-to-day. And my promise to you is that you'll get it, right? That's if you work with us. If you don't, you're just watching the fucking YouTube or make no fucking income claims and make no claims of anything, you're not going to learn how to get anything fucking done. If you guys are just watching the fucking YouTube video, That's absurd. It's fucking work with someone who knows what the fuck they're doing, and you'll get way better results at the end of the day too. So if you do want to do that, book in for a call. And if you don't, at least start looking at the other options you might have in terms of the way you can do your strategy from here to 100 or 200 to 300 grand a month, instead of it looking at like your